Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit wild. We're looking at a radically different way to structure society. Basically, we're going to strip away literally all of our current assumptions about wealth, and we're going to replace them with a purely gamified, dual-metric economy. It's fascinating stuff.
Now, I know it sounds a lot like science fiction, right? But just imagine this. What if money actually expired? What if your baseline survival was an absolute 100% guarantee, and your access to luxury was dictated, at least in part, by your measured kindness and community service? Well, today we're going to explore this theoretical concept exactly like we're learning the mechanics of a really complex, massive multiplayer video game.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our agenda. 1. The baseline and luxury tiers. 2. Earning points through labor. 3. The unified social credit formula. 4. Expirations, decay, and retirement. And 5. The technology running it all. We're taking a real bottom-up, systems engineering approach to this. All right, Section 1, the baseline and luxury tiers, a guaranteed foundation. So we're transitioning into a theoretical world where basic survival is treated as a baseline human right, not a daily struggle. So picture this. In this system, everyone starts at bronze for 0 points. This is the baseline. It guarantees functional housing, basic food, healthcare, and education to absolutely every single citizen. But, if you want more, you gotta earn it. When you accumulate 200 points, you can redeem a silver card. That gets you better transit and goods options. And at 400 points, you hit the gold tier. This unlocks luxury housing, artisanal goods, and high sovereignty perks like flying. But actually, here is the catch. Citizens have a spendable wallet, and that wallet drops whenever a silver or gold card is redeemed to unlock those lifestyle upgrades. And that brings us to a really foundational rule of this entire system: decoupled needs. You never lose your functional apartment. Luxury is strictly an extra layer. It's incredibly important to understand that basic survival and luxury are totally separate game mechanics here. If you lose your luxury status, there's no way you end up on the street. You just simply revert back to the bronze baseline. Moving on to Section 2. Earning points through labor, the supply and demand incentive. So you're probably wondering, how does a citizen actually climb from that bronze baseline all the way up to the gold tier? Well, the system balances labor supply and demand by adjusting your payout based on what society actually needs at that moment. For instance, if you take a critical demand job, you earn 200 points a year. That means you can afford a gold card every 2 years. Equilibrium jobs, they yield 100 points. But if you take a job in a saturated or surplus field, you're only going to get 50 points a year. So in this setup, taking a highly needed job unlocks the luxury tier literally 4 times faster than taking a job in a saturated market. It's a massive incentive. All right, Section 3, the unified social credit formula, prioritizing luxury. Now we're shifting focus from just earning those luxury points to how citizens are actually prioritized to receive scarce physical items. So here's the crucial point. Simply having a gold card and the points to spend, that's not enough. You also have to rank high on wait lists to actually get those scarce luxury items. And that prioritization is determined by the unified social credit formula. Simply put, your social credit score equals your contribution value plus your social reliability. To really wrap our heads around this, we have to contrast these two distinct pillars. The system strictly balances a citizen's personal capability against their civic responsibility. So on one side, you have contribution value, which tracks industrial and intellectual output, basically your hard skills and problem solving. On the flip side, social reliability tracks your character, empathy, kindness, and your overall standing within the community. Now think about how the contribution value, the CV, is scaled to reward complexity. The baseline economy offers 1 to 10 points for foundational, essential tasks like cleaning. The specialized track offers high-density spikes. We're talking 20 to 50 points for really complex jobs like a neurological procedure. But consider the third step, the knowledge multiplication engine. This is a structural masterstroke for generational mentorship. If you teach someone a highly specialized skill, you don't just get a flat fee. No, you are granted a residual percentage of your students' future points for life. Meanwhile, on the other side, the social reliability score, the SR, starts at a perfectly neutral 100 for everyone, and it tracks behavioral drift with some pretty wild swings. You can boost it through stewardship, racking up 10 to 30 points for volunteering to clean public spaces. You get a nice +5 for pure validation when local members vouch for your teamwork. But, it drops fast, too. A minor violation, like carelessly wasting agricultural luxury yields, docks you 20 points. And a systematic violation, like intentional sabotage or physical harm, That instantly collapses the meter by 100 points or more. Literally, your everyday behavior mathematically impacts your priority in life. This separation is absolutely crucial to understand. It is the core mechanic of this gamified society. The points you earn from your job get you the cards, sure, but your social reliability score dictates your actual priority on the waitlist. It's a complete 100% decoupling of purchasing power and social priority.
Okay, moving to Section 4, expirations, decay, and retirement, the luxury life cycle. A major goal of this theoretical system is to keep resources perfectly fluid and completely eliminate generational hoarding. Let's trace the timeline of this luxury life cycle. Luxury here is strictly temporary. A gold card grants luxury access for exactly 24 months. To maintain that lifestyle, you must continuously earn another 400 points. If your card expires, you do get a 90-day grace period to produce a new one, but on day 91, it's game over for luxury. You have to vacate your luxury home, your belongings get moved to storage, and you return right back to your baseline functional apartment.
Now, to enforce this fluidity, the system uses a concept called thermodynamic decay, which is also known as demurrage in economics. Basically, this is a rapid, linear decay curve applied to unspent points. The system's reasoning here is that points shouldn't act like legacy fiat currency. If points never expire, well, people can just hoard purchasing power across generations and recreate the exact artificial class divides that this system was literally built to destroy. The math of this decay mechanic is pretty brutal, but honestly, it's brilliantly aligned with physical reality. Once a spendable point sits unspent for 24 months, it crosses the expiration threshold. And every 30 days after that, the point loses 33.3% of its original value. By day 90 post-expiration, that specific unspent point completely hits zero. It vanishes. Poof. Imagine checking your savings account and watching a third of your money simply disappear, just because you didn't spend it fast enough. You use it or you lose it. It's designed to perfectly align outstanding points with the actual physical resources available. But like any good game, there is actually a way to win. If a citizen hits a cumulative lifetime total of 6,000 points, they effectively retire. They're granted permanent luxury perks, and they never have to worry about card expirations or point decay ever again. Oh, and there is also a universal backstop built in. It's pretty cool. At age 65, every single citizen automatically receives a permanent gold card. Regardless of what their lifetime point total was, their final years are absolutely guaranteed to be lived in the luxury tier. Okay, our final section, Section 5, the technology running it all. Enforcing the math. Because, let's be real, to run a society with expiring money, social credit algorithms, and real-time supply and demand mechanics, you need an infrastructure utterly devoid of human corruption. So, this requires a hybrid split ledger system managed by a massive automated infrastructure. First, you have the global ledger, which is a real-time database tracking literally every physical resource on Earth. Paired with that is the sensor grid. This uses the Internet of Things and AI to monitor supply and demand second by second. And that's what ensures that the decay rates are flawless, the wait lists are mathematically perfect, and the gold tier luxuries are actually physically available for the folks who earn them. Which really leaves us with this final massive question to consider. The math works on paper, right? And the technology is theoretically possible. But could human psychology ever truly adapt to a society where money expires and your everyday kindness is mathematically enforced? It's a super provocative thought and one that challenges everything we know about motivation, wealth, and community. So keep exploring these ideas, and thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.